Hello EA technology fans, my name's George, and in this video we're going to cover how to collect, access, and manage your UltraTEV Plus 2 data. And at the end we're also going to explain how to perform a firmware update and a factory reset. And check out the links down below to skip to different sections of this video and links to other useful content. And contact us if you need a firmware update, especially if you don't see the same menus as in this video. And let's begin by looking at a survey. A survey can be simply one ultrasonic measurement or a collection of many measurements with a variety of sensors such as the ones pictured behind me. Surveys are saved as zip files. Simply right-click and extract all to unzip. Here is the unzipped folder already for us. When sharing data with us for consultation or fellow employees, copy the complete survey file, not just the subfolders. So here are the subfolders. You can see each subfolder is named after a different asset that you input. And you'll also notice a file called index.html. Just double click on that file. It'll load your default web browser, be it Chrome, Firefox, Edge, or Safari. Then from here, it gives you an overview of the completed survey, and each icon represents a different test. You have ultrasonic right here. I'm going to click on that one, and here is the ultrasonic test results. From here, you can right-click on the image and copy or save the graph, or you can use your favorite clipping tool and copy a larger percentage of the screen, or at this icon at the bottom left, you can export to CSV to get it into your report or favorite maintenance software. HTML avoids the headaches associated with software updates to keep up with operating system updates. Sometimes it's convenient to take one or two readings and log them. We call that an ad hoc survey. So let's pretend to do one here. Simply press the blue action button or the red record icon, and that launches a 10-second countdown. Keep the instrument steady and maintain your phase frequency reference. And after completing the recording, you'll be prompted to enter some additional information about yourself, some of which you can skip, about the substation and the substation assets. NFC tags and guided mode, which we'll discuss later, will help in saving a lot of typing here. There's background readings that you can take, which we recommend that you do. I'll skip them for now. And then there's information about each specific asset. So here, I'm just going to enter some test data. Okay, and then we'll say it's the CT chamber, and the switch position is closed. And that completes that survey. So you can notice the blue status bar changes to green. It indicates that you're in the survey mode now. So from here, you can continue on to the next measurement that you want to take, or you can hit the icon for survey and stop the survey. Or if you turn off the power to the instrument, that will also close out the survey. Surveys become a lot more powerful when planned as a route. We call them workflows. You can create your own workflows on your computer using our free workflow generator. On the root of the memory card is an HTML file that'll have workflow generator in the file name. Double click on it and it'll open up this file from your computer. From here you can input your job number. Let's say if all of them start with the letter A, you can pre-fill that. If it's going to be the same person always using the instrument, you can have their name in here, or you can leave that field blank. You can also enter the substation information and switchgear information common to the assets. And then down, as you scroll down, you'll have an opportunity to enter all the asset information. On the far left here, you have the panel numbers, 1 through 4, just sequential, and then a better description, a free text field for each. As you need to add more, just click on the Add Asset button. Then for each panel, you would select a TEV test that you would want to perform. Just clicking on the icon will activate it, and just choose which ones you want, and then move on to ultrasonics. And here you could select not only the internal sensor that's shown here. As you click through, you can change sensors to the flexible microphone, the contact probe, and the ultra dish, the parabolic dish, and then back to the internal sensor. Then when you're all done setting everything up, you can click Save, and it'll save a .json or JSON file to your downloads directory on your computer. And you can also open previously saved ones and edit it. There's also an advanced mode. So if you select that, like the name implies, it's more for an advanced user. You can enter, for example, validation codes. So in this example here, they're called regex. It's an industry standard. A lot of information online about it. Here's in brackets A to Z, and then in parentheses 1, 4. It means 1 to 4 capital letters. That's the validation message that would pop up if you tried to type in something different than that, like numbers. Again, that's for an advanced user. These might be a little more helpful. You can click this icon to make a field read-only, and you can click the 5-pointed star to make the field mandatory. And again, it's for advanced users. Most people would stay in the basic mode. Legacy customers that use the older Excel workflow generator simply import them into the HTML workflow generator, then resave the JSON files to the new format. Now, once you have your workflow on the instrument memory card, you recall it by starting a workflow. And there you can review the meta information that you had previously put into the workflow generator. I'm just going to skip through it. And again, we highly recommend that you take the background readings. Background reading in metal, just as a reminder, would be on an unearthed metal like a fire extinguisher that's in the vicinity where you're working. And then the background in air would just be holding the UltraTEV up in the air. And then the temperature and humidity would be with the temperature and humidity probe connected. I'll just skip them for our test purposes here. Then the next prompt will be whether you want to start in guided mode. If you select no, then it's self-guided. You can start in panel 3, then go to panel 1. The order doesn't matter. But the location of each test must be input with the virtual keyboard or using the NFC tags. If you select yes, then the instrument will launch guided mode that follows the pre-configured list in the workflow telling you which panel and compartment to test and with which sensor as entered in the workflow generator. You would continue in that format until the survey is complete. Now you can skip a test with the right-hand icon here, and then it'll prompt you to enter a reason. You could just enter a random character, but we recommend entering a better reason just to help you remember in the future why that test was skipped. Now, if you select the middle icon, then you'll be brought to the measurement screen. In this example, I was brought automatically to the phase plot screen, but you can select a different default. If you go back to the home screen, then select measurement settings, and then guided mode settings, you can change from phase plot to interpretation. The default is interpretation for those measurements. It's usually pretty more helpful for a beginner. Now, to resume the survey, you go back to the home screen and select Survey, and you can resume guided mode. You can also edit the metadata. You could stop the survey, and you can also view your progress. So let's view progress. So in here, we just started this test, so there's not much to show. I have another handheld here that's got a test in progress. So let's take a look at that one. So in green here, this is a completed test. This light blue is just where the cursor is resting. And then this one is a skipped test. It's a little hard to see until I tilt it. You'll see that the color is a light yellow color to indicate that that test was skipped. Now you can go back to the home screen and perform other additional tests, and they'll be recorded even though you're in guided mode. And the only difference will be that you'll be prompted, like you are in self-guided mode, to enter the location of each new test that you add. The UltraTEV Plus 2 has multiple communication methods to accommodate personal preferences and IT department security rules. Included is an 8 GB microSD memory card, and the system supports up to 64 gig. The card is located at the bottom of the instrument and on a spring-loaded slot, and a gentle 1 mm fingernail push to extract or install the card. Now let's take a look at what's on the memory card itself. So at the root is the workflow generator. That's the HTML file that we discussed earlier to create workflows. Legacy customers using the older Excel version, please contact us for a firmware update so you could start using the new HTML version. Then there's several folders. The workflows folder holds the .json workflow files. The USR or user folder holds the user profiles for those using the Substation 360 platform managed surveys. Updates, that holds the firmware updates that we send you. And just as an aside, if you're doing a firmware update, it won't affect the calibration. And when you do a firmware update, it'll drop the latest version of the HTML workflow generator in the root folder for you. Surveys, that's where your data is. Your saved survey files, the zipped files, are stored in that folder. Data folder holds PNG screenshots that you can take in the instrument. And just as a little tutorial on how to do that, I pulled up the instruction manual. And if you take, obviously with the unit turned on, if you take a screenshot, it would be by pressing the left and right blue action buttons at the same time. You'll get a preview, which is shown here. And if you accept it, then you'll have a new menu that pops up where you could change the file name. And then the PNG screenshots are stored in that data directory. Now the screens that you could take are any screen on the unit. So you can have a menu like it's shown here. It could be a measurement screen, or if there was an error message of some sort on your unit, you could take a screenshot to send it to us for troubleshooting. One quick hack is that you can take a number of these menu screenshots and make your own quick start guide. Now let's talk about USB. So this is the memory card, and there is another communication method using USB. If you connect your charger cable directly to your computer and then type in 192.168.10.1, you'll be able to connect directly to the instrument and look at what's on the memory card. Now, when you're using the USB connection, make sure you're not in survey mode, and you'll be able to see what's on the memory card. You could see a number of zipped survey files here. There's a tab for screenshots. You could download them. You can view them directly from here. You can generate workflow. So This is another way of generating a .json file. So if you go through your survey and type in all the location information from the handheld, you'll be able to generate your own workflow. This is ideal for a smaller survey. For a large survey, we do recommend using the HTML workflow generator. You'll find it a lot more convenient to do it from the computer. Then, just to make your life easier, I recommend you bookmark or make it a favorite so that you can pull it up easy the next time. Wi-Fi is another convenient access method. From the home screen, select Settings, then Wireless Settings, Wi-Fi, then press on the toggle to activate the Wi-Fi feature. Now you'll see the Wi-Fi icon in the status bar up at the top. And notice we're already connected. It's Netgear 29. That's our office network here. We already pre-entered the passphrase. Now let's check out network status. It's provided a IP address that ends in 26. So that is the IP address that you would enter into your web browser in order to be able to access the files, just like the USB that we showed you earlier, same capability. Now, one of the cool features about having Wi-Fi activated is that you'll be able to use the Substation 360 cloud platform for managed surveys. And in the description section below, again, reminder, there is a link to a separate video about that topic. One of the scenarios that might happen is that you are using the UltraTEV unit, you're in the field, and you want to take a quick look via Wi-Fi at the files that are on the memory card. You would set up your laptop as a mobile hotspot. So let's pretend to do that here. So you would go to Settings. I just turned on the mobile hotspot on my laptop. And in Settings, Wireless Settings, Wi-Fi, I'm just going to turn off the Wi-Fi to turn it off from the office network, and I'm going to turn it back on. And since I have a very strong signal, since the laptop's right next to the handheld, it connects automatically. And again, I pre-entered the passphrase. Let's take a look at network status. You can see the IP address. It ends in .178. That's the IP address that we'll use in the computer. Let's switch over to the computer now. And just a IT-related recap here. So on your computer, you would click on the icon for Wi-Fi. There's an icon here to turn on the mobile hotspot. And if you click on this network and internet settings, you'll get this menu here and select mobile hotspot. You can see there's laptop 2. That's the name of my computer. You can see the address ending in 178, just like on the handheld. And there's the passphrase that I would type into the instrument. And then right here, you could see that's the IP address that I would use to connect to the instrument. And just like USB that we showed you earlier, you could see you could download, view, and generate workflows. Sometimes a picture can be a helpful reminder or useful to someone unfamiliar with an electrical asset. Notice the camera icon in the substation section of this saved survey. Also here under these assets. When you click on it, you'll be able to see the saved pictures. Now let's take a look on the handheld on how we would go about setting that up. So from the handheld, you can notice the green status bar that indicates that I'm in a survey. You have to be in a survey to be able to attach a picture. And the little links icon, that means that the hotspot feature is turned on. Just for reference, let me show you where that is. Go to Settings, then Wireless Settings, then Hotspot, and you would toggle the hotspot on. It gives you all the information that you need to connect your phone. Here I have my phone next to it, and you can see that I'm connected to that hotspot. It gives me the passphrase and everything. Now, the URL that I'm going to connect to is slightly different 192.168.11.1. You use this URL when you're in the survey. I have it saved as a favorite. Here it is. And you'll get this screen on your mobile device. You would choose the file, and as you know, cell phone cameras keep improving, so you'll have a great quality picture from your cell phone. And then you can select whether to put it on an asset like the substation or one of the individual assets like you saw in the earlier screenshots that I was showing you from the saved survey. And this example here we've been using as the JSON workflow generator file. So you have the 4 different assets there to choose from for this example. Another form of wireless communication is NFC, or near field communication. NFC tags store information. And on the back of your UltraTEV Plus 2 is a NFC reader and writer. NFC tags help speed your survey by storing the location information of your substation and individual assets. And it can store up to the last 5 survey results. Included in your kit is a starter pack of NFC tags. Here's a look at the 6 of them. You can certainly purchase more, including ones with your logo and outdoor rated ones such as this one. Now, to actually use the feature, you would set it up in the instrument by going to Settings, then Wireless Settings, and then toggle the NFC to turn it on. Now let's actually start a survey. Start survey. I'm going to skip the workflow. This is going to be an ad hoc survey. Normally you would enter job number, engineer name. I'm going to skip that field. And here's the first place I can use the tag. I have the little icon here. Underneath, I have a substation tag. So I'm going to click on the icon. It turns red to indicate that it's reading. And it read the substation information. I'm using the training demo that we had used earlier. So it has all of the substation information. And then you would normally go in and do your background readings. And then I'm getting a menu here that's asking me if I want to save the substation metadata to the tag. This would be in the situation where you had a blank tag. You would create it to be the substation tag. Since I have a tag already that's got data, I'm going to select no. And then you see I change from blue to green, indicating that I'm now in the survey mode. You go on and make your measurements like you would normally, whether it be ultrasonic or TEV. And then at the end of each measurement, you're going to be prompted if you want to load the data from an asset tag, or if you type the information in, if you want to program a tag, you would download the information into the tag. It's just the same way I showed you. Now, in the icon here that says NFC, if you select it, you can read a tag if you lose your place or you're not sure what tag you have. You can read the tag without actually going into a survey. You can also reprogram a tag by erasing it at this menu as well. At EA Technology, we're regularly developing updates for your UltraTEV Plus 2. These updates can be applied in the field. Take the updates file that we send you and put it on the memory card in the updates folder. Then put the memory card back into the instrument and plug in the instrument to an outlet. Navigate from the home screen to Settings, then About. And from here, press the middle blue action button or select the little down arrow icon, and then check the microSD for update. After a short time, you'll have an update screen such as this, and you have a last chance to abort, or you can press the right-handed blue action button or select the check mark with stylus, and the update will get started. It takes about 5 to 8 minutes, after which you should cycle the power on the unit for it to finish taking effect. Please note that the update does not affect instrument calibration. And how does one get the latest update? Just call or email us with your serial and hardware version numbers from the About screen. The UltraTEV Plus 2 is purposefully designed with minimal settings to avoid compatibility problems between surveys in the future. However, a full factory reset is possible. From the home screen, select Settings, then Reset, and you have a choice here, Reset All Settings or Reset All Users. All Users has to do with our Cloud Service Managed Surveys Substation 360, where you can reset the users that are configured in the system. Reset All Settings gives you a last warning to do that. Once you perform the reset, just remember to go back and check in Settings and Measurement Settings, your line frequency. It defaults to 50 Hertz, so if you're in a 60 Hertz region, you want to go back and change that to 60 Hertz. Also, you can reset your guided mode settings that we discussed earlier, and connect your HFCT or RFCT to the instrument, and you'll have this menu here for cable, and then select Measure, then Configure, and then select it again to go to the second page, and then make sure you select the correct sensor that you have, whether it's an RFCT or HFCT at this point. We hope you found this video useful. Remember to check out the links down below, and thank you for watching.